shit yet. Let's watch this one. Time to get there. Time to know more about Rei. He's so pretty. Is this animation made from the same studio that also made the current Sky Striker Chronicle anime? I guess it is. Ah, it is, I see. Oh shit, it's Magical Girl transformation. It's Konami's own animation studio. It's quite new, right? I think they just established that recently. Or maybe a few months ago, I don't know. Nice, nice. See, this is kind of what I expected the first anime episode to be. Where she is like getting her training and her first transformation. That's what I thought. Rei putting on the fire is absolutely vital to the plot. Hey, a bit fan service has to be there, right? I don't mind that kind of fan service. It's not like you really see anything. In the Sky Striker's burden. The region has been plagued by war for far too long. What was its purpose? Why had it started? At this point, the details are known to only a few. The fighting has not let up, yet neither has the march of technology. A highly efficient style of warfare has resulted, with both sides adopting a maximal damage and minimal cost strategy. Boots on the ground have been completely replaced by drones and other unmanned armaments with over-improving capabilities and effectiveness. Sky Striker is the latest super advanced technology developed to combat the expansionist empire. A lone girl was tasked with wielding it. This was Rei, a girl who was discovered to possess extraordinary capabilities. Like others her age, she was educated in history, tactics, and the use of Sky Striker technology. But what took others years to understand, she grasped in a matter of days. She's a genius. Further, her physical prowess when wielding Sky Striker technology was unprecedented, as was her ability to take information she had learned hours before and adapt accordingly. None could deny her incomparable talent after she breezed through a training program considered challenging even by veterans. And thus Rei became a full-fledged Sky Striker ace and deployed to the combat zone to fight in defense of her people. One fateful day, during one of her training sessions, an alarm heralded an incoming enemy assault. She needed no further command to mobilize. Is this engage? Is this the engage? Odd? I think it is. After changing into her base suit, she swiftly departed alone. Wait, when did she get wings? Did she always have wings? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not a Sky Striker player. Flying at high altitude, she made a beeline for the battlefield. Almost there. Just as she muttered this to herself, a large fighting force came into view. The enemy had arrived. I know the other ones, but I didn't know like basic Rei had wings. Or like, maybe you can consider her semi-basic Rei. Her approach was the same as ever, her focus and sense of duty unwavering. Even so, it was to be a battle unlike any other she had experienced. No, not the cliffhanger. Why is it always though? For some reason, it's always like teenage girls they are hiring. Okay, what are the rewards? Wow, this looks kinda cool. I know if I want to play alone or deck though. Do you think chat deck has a chance? I'm gonna play this with chat deck. Oh, another animation. Let's watch this. And yugioh, hello. Oh, that's a lot of small. I guess they are drones. Oh, that's... Oh, was that Kyla? Is that her name? Oh, Hayati, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get cancelled by Sky Striker fans at some point. Okay, chat, who looks cooler, Ray or Rose? Because if I'm being honest, I think Rose looks cooler than Ray. Look at her go. Your middle name is no Rose. Wow, she looks so cool. I might be a bit biased because she has pink. I think the animations are like very clean. I feel like sometimes if you watch anime and they're like fighting scenes, they look a bit like rushed. But I think the ones here are very clean. It would be really cool if the solo gates in the future will have similar animations. I really like them so far. Scenario. Rei made short work of the enemies who rushed toward her. Having done her duty, she was cleared to return to the base, but just then she encountered another enemy, a girl around her age. This alone was startling, but there was more. She was holding a Sky Striker. This was the cutting-edge technology of Rei's nation. How did it fall into enemies' heads? The suddenness of the girl's assault caught Rei off guard, but only for a moment. With deft timing, Rei equipped X005 Kaina, suited for hand-to-hand combat. This mode empowered her arms with the force of a heavy mech. But the other girl was unfazed and fought back relentlessly with her Sky Striker. Does Sky Striker... I guess Sky Striker refers to overall the technology of wearing these mecha suits and not just the weapon, right? The duel continued, neither gaining the upper hand, until eventually Rei's opponent suddenly stopped and lowered her weapon. It is the sword, okay. After backing off a significant distance, she turned and left. The battle ended. The clash, in particular the similarity of her adversary to herself, had left Rei shocked and confused. Though lacking any detectable emotion, the girl was evidently a biological being, a human like Rei. And she was also Sky Striker Ace of equal ability to herself, or possibly even greater. Rei had only ever fought machines, but an enemy is an enemy. Still, she felt extremely conflicted. The prospect of having to end the girl's life left her racked with doubt. clearly there would be no such hesitation from the girl whose lifelong duty had been to purge any enemy that crossed her path. Ever since being born in the expansionist empire, this girl had been treated as a weapon and developed to counter the threat of the Sky Striker ace. All that crossed her mind was the most efficient path to victory. Rei being another human was not a factor. Still, it had not escaped her attention how Rei had struggled with indecision during their fight. On reflection, she began to faintly feel something she couldn't express. He's just a child soldier. It's kind of sad. Did they know each other? I think I started to read the manga at some point, but I only read like a chapter or two. And I don't know if they knew each other then or not. It was a while ago. The manga is completely different too. I see. Oh, when they announced the Chronicle animes at first, right? That was my misunderstanding. I thought they might maybe adopt the manga as an anime. Because it doesn't have that many volumes. It's like, you know, it's like they are sprinkling the lore all over the place, right? There's like a little bit on YouTube, then there's a little bit in the manga, then there's a little bit in MasterDuel, and then there's a little bit, I guess, hidden on the art artworks themselves. Watch Konami make the second Sky Striker lore video a filler beach episode. Oh god. Please no, we don't need more fans. I want lore, I want deep lore. I want my characters to develop relationships with each other. And I want them to overcome their fears and big obstacles. And you know, I want my characters to grow. We defeated the board. Good job. Chetek is almost good enough to bring it to ranked. This wallpaper looks very dramatic. It had been some time since Rei had clashed with the enemy nation's Sky Striker ace. The encounter was still playing in her mind. They had much in common, even besides their age. Amid her feelings of shock and consternation, this made Rei a little happy. She hoped they would meet again and get a chance to talk. Though their allegiances differed, she would not deny her natural desire. That said, going in with her weapon lowered was not an option. She would be cut down in an instant. It was going to take force to get anything out of the girl. As it happened, their path crossed again in battle. Rei was well prepared, having analyzed their previous encounter. Who would come out on top? The finest of margins would decide. Just barely managing to force her opponent onto the back foot for a second, Rei pounced. She struck the Blackguard Sky Striker ace into the ground with great force. Then she descended in pursuit. By the time her opponent returned to a fighting stance, Rei stood ready, clad in a different armament colored blue. Is that Shizuku? Oh yeah, I think it is. Rei held back. Even so, her opponent readied her blade as if preparing to strike. Oh, she lost half her mask. But she didn't. Something diverted her attention. My comms, they are being jabbed. Sky Striker Ace Shizuku is a mode designed for protecting bases. Among the X series, it is unique for its top-notch defenses and electronic warfare capabilities. This was what Rei had planned, to enable them to talk. However, it meant that the enemy's radars would show contact lost at their location. An extraction unit would surely be on the way. They likely had a minute tops. My name is Ray, what's yours? The black-suited Sky Striker Ace seemed unwillingly to reply, but finally opened her mouth. Rose. Although she deemed the conversation pointless, keeping it going would buy her time. At the same time, she scanned for a gap in Ray's defenses, to no avail. Even retreating might prove difficult, given her injuries. Waiting for comms to be restored was thus the only option. That or an all-or-nothing attack. 30 seconds to go. Ray remained in combat stance, observing Rose keenly. The impact when she fell must have been severe. It seems it cracked her vision, her face was partially visible. Although probably in pain, she wore a totally placid expression. One might have mistaken her for a robot or a doll. Except Ray could detect deep emotion within Rose's red eyes. Oh, they are like sparkling like fire. Exasperation or perhaps lamentation. Another 15 seconds. That was enough. Ray knew she couldn't strike the finishing blow. She wanted Rose to live, and to live a life where she did not have to end the lives of others. 8 seconds remained. You don't want to fight either, do you? Ray wasn't expecting any real response to her question. She simply felt the need to express herself. 2 seconds. She smiled gently, turned and departed. 0. Rose comms came back online. The extraction unit arrived in well under a minute. When they picked her up, she was treated like a crashed drone. Rose propped up her immobilized body, thoughts racing through her mind. Why didn't she finish me off? And what made her smile like that? Rose was disturbed by a deluge of questions from deep within. Disturbed but not displeased. There was a warmth, and in turn a thawing of her hardened heart. It was the first time she had experienced kindness. That's really sad if you think about it. Not long after this, Ray's nation adopted a new military plan, codenamed the Striking Stratagem. They now had the material advantage, so it was the right time for an assault on the expansionist Empire's central base. Not wanting to cross blades with Rose again, Ray resolving to bring about a swift end to the conflict. And with this, she boarded Sky Striker Mecha Armor Hercules base, all ready for departure. The signal was given, and Ray struck out on a journey soaring into the sky. Ted pets for Rose and Ray. I feel like she's, or both of them, right? They're living very lonely lives. Why? Because Rose is treated like, she's not treated like a human, right? She's like she's just a soldier, or like not even a soldier. She's getting treated just like a machine, probably, to counter Ray or the Sky Striker Ace. People? Actually, did they ever show other humans besides those two? I mean, it's just some short animations, so sure, time is limited, but Lonely like Fenrir is the one. Hey, don't bully my Fenrir. Don't remind me. At least, you know, at least Fenrir has his 2 unicorns. They have no one. So when they meet each other, it's like you finally find someone you can like emotionally relate to. Or also someone who's in a similar position to you, right? Yeah, but that's the Rote deck, yeah. They get even beaten up by Jedi. Wow! Jedi reached level 40! And I got Sky Striker Ray sleeves. What are the other rewards here, by the way? Oh! Oh, this looks cool. What's this? Oh, I like this one! I'm gonna get them later. Yeah, the final chat. Are you ready? Is this the happy end? I don't know if this looks like a happy end. Let's see if they're gonna... Maybe they're gonna run away together, chat. And live a lonely life somewhere. Away from war. Oh, this looks really cool. Oh, Zeke! Isn't Zeke a link too? Who did she link with? Also, Zeke is kinda huge. Remember the machine comment? How they're only machines and no humans? And she's like... treated like a machine. Oh dear. But she's suffering. She got her out of there, let's go! Aww. I feel so sorry for Rose. That's what happens when you use Afterburner. And Magic Johnson, thank you for the follow. Oh gee, I love Ray.